I appreciate you joining me. We're going to be looking at when Joseph was in the prison, today. Our hymn is called I Would Be True.
I would be true, for there are those who trust me. I would be pure, for there are those who care. I would be strong, for there is much to suffer. I would be brave, for there is much to dare. I would be brave, for there is much to dare.
Our other verses, I would be friend of all, the foe, the friendless. I would be giving and forget the gift. I would be giving and forget the gift. I would be humble, for I know my weakness. I would look up and laugh and love and lift. I would be prayerful through each busy moment. I would be constantly in touch with God. I would be tuned to hear the slightest whisper. I would have faith to keep the path Christ trod. We're looking in Genesis. Yesterday we looked in Genesis chapter 39. What's on the screen right here is the tail end of Potiphar's house. And from that Joseph is thrown into prison. And so chapter 40, as the Lord is with him once again, comes to pass that Pharaoh's angry with two of his officers, chief butler and a baker. And so there Joseph is in prison, and the keeper of the prison, the captain of the guard, charged Joseph with him. And Joseph is being entrusted with a good bit of responsibility in this prison, funny enough. And so they have a dream. Each one has a dream, the butler and the baker, and they wake up and they are sad. And so Joseph says, "Why do you look so sad today?" And they say, "We've had a dream. There's no interpreter of it. Joseph said to them, 'Do not interpretations belong to God? Tell them to me, please.'" So the chief butler told his dream to Joseph and said to him, "Behold, in my dream a vine was before me, and in the vine were 3 branches. It was as though it budded, its blossoms shot forth, and its clusters brought forth ripe grapes. And then Pharaoh's cup was in my hand, and I took the grapes and pressed them into Pharaoh's cup and placed them in Pharaoh's hand." And Joseph said, "This is the interpretation. 3 branches are 3 days. And within 3 days Pharaoh will lift up your head and restore you to your place, and you will put Pharaoh's cup in his hand according to the former manner when you were his butler. But remember me when it is well with you, and please show kindness to me, make mention of me to Pharaoh, and get me out of this house. For indeed I was stolen away from the land of the Hebrews, and also I have done nothing here that they should put me into the dungeon." And when the chief baker saw that the interpretation was good, he said to Joseph, "I also was in my dream, and there were 3 white baskets on my head. In the uppermost basket were all kinds of baked goods for Pharaoh, and the birds ate them out of the basket on my head." So Joseph answered and said, "This is the interpretation of it. The 3 baskets are 3 days. Within 3 days Pharaoh will lift off your head from you and hang you on a tree. The birds will eat your flesh from you." Now it came to pass on the 3rd day, which was Pharaoh's birthday, that he made a feast for all his servants, and he lifted up the head of the chief butler and the chief baker among his servants. Then he restored the chief butler to his butlership again, and he placed the cup in Pharaoh's hand, but he hanged the chief baker, as Joseph had interpreted to them. Yet the chief butler did not remember Joseph, but forgot him. A number of points we can make and we have made in time past about this account. But I was thinking about our hymn, "I Will Be True." And we need to be true in a cruel, cruel world. This whole account ends there at the tail end. On Pharaoh's birthday, he makes a feast. and he hangs the chief baker. And I guess we don't know enough of the story to tell. This it sort of reminds me a little bit of when Jesus was crucified. And as he was crucified at Passover, and it was the custom to release one of the prisoners. And different times have different customs, and different kingdoms have different customs. And just the way you read it, man, it almost reads like a part of this festivity is the restoration of one prisoner and the execution of another prisoner. I don't know why it would insert the point about it's being Pharaoh's birthday if that's not the case. And it's just one lives and one dies. All I know is it's a cruel world. Here, and it's the baker, correct? Who's hanged? Yeah, it's the baker. What did he do to be thrown into prison? I don't know. It just says he displeased Pharaoh. And I guess you better be real careful when you displease the king, because at the king's whim, he can say, "Off with your head." And there the baker is, and he had that dream, and when he heard the interpretation of the butler's dream, he thought good things were ahead, but good things were not ahead. And he's about to die. It's a cruel world. We still need to be true. We need to be true to the Lord. Not only is it a cruel world, it's a neglectful world. Verse 23, yet the chief butler did not remember Joseph. He forgot him. He's going to forget him for a couple years. It's a neglectful world. Most people, why did he not remember him? I don't know. Doesn't really matter. He's going to remember him eventually in chapter 41, but it's going to be some time. And the world keeps going by. There Joseph is, and he's in prison. And he's hoping to get out. Not yet. He's got to keep looking through those prison doors, and the world's going by, forgetting all about him. And Joseph knows, because Joseph says it to the fella earlier. Joseph says, "I was stolen away from the land of the Hebrews, and I've done nothing here that they should put me into the dungeon." The world is not fair. Joseph knew, it's not fair that I'm down here. It's not right. Now, what he's going to realize when it's all said and done is God meant it for good. But at the same time, it's like, he's in the prison because a woman said that he tried to sleep with her. It's like, no, that's not what happened. That's not what happened. Joseph says, "I don't deserve this." And he's right, he doesn't deserve it. But God's using it for his purposes. But the world is cruel. The world is neglectful. The world is not fair. We still must stay true to God, because ultimately he is the justifier. And so we will be true to him. Appreciate you. Hope you have a good day. Join us tomorrow for another portion of our Daily Praise.